Welcome back, my gentle people. This is Corner Stories, and today we have some cheating stories. So let's get into it. So I'm in a pretty complicated situation. My sister Amy was dating Paul for 2.5 years. From when she was 22 to 24. I wasn't too close with him, but we got along. Well, unfortunately he cheated with her best friend, and this hurt my sister a lot. I was angry and hurt that he would do that to my sister. My sister became depressed, and still has trust issues to the point she's scared to date. Recently, I went on a cruise with my friend and her BF, third wheeling. He saw me on the bar at the pool. He said hi, and I was very cold to him. I told him about himself, and to my surprise he accepted accountability. He told me the guilt he feels to this day, and he's matured over the years. I decided to let bygones be bygones and him and I started hanging out as we were both third wheeling. We did excursions, shopping, etc. I didn't realize how strong our chemistry was. One night we both had a drunken mishap and hooked up. After that the cat was out the bag and we hooked up a couple times. When I got back, him and I've been texting and we are considering taking things more serious. I haven't talked to my sister about it. But I can tell he's changed and a better person. Plus it's been a couple years. Notable comments. User 1, this is a disaster just waiting to happen. OOP, I don't think so. I get what he did was bad, but I feel like as a society we don't give people enough grace to change. User 1, you can give people the grace to change without sleeping with them. He broke his ex-girlfriend's heart and gave her trauma by cheating on her with her best friend of all people, then comes back years later and sleeps with her sister of all people. If he truly changed and bettered himself as a person, he wouldn't be hooking up with his ex's sister. Cheaters are also chronic liars and players, and you fell right into his hands. And let's not forget the massive betrayal to your sister. OOP, was he just never supposed to date again? It wasn't like we intended for this to happen. We just had such a strong connection. Would it be better just to pretend we don't have a connection? User 2, and I quote, my sister is my world. If she did this to me, I would cut her out of my life completely, end quote. Do you have no respect for her? The pain she went through? You want to throw that all away for some guy that is a renowned cheater? Wow. OP, I wouldn't even consider this if she still had feeling for him, but she doesn't anymore. Update, I decided to give him a chance. Well, he's still a disgusting cheater. A few weeks ago I decided to tell my sister what happened and what we were planning. She didn't take it well at all and has blocked me and said I'm dead to her. That broke my heart, but I was optimistic as she continued to heal from the breakup and find someone new. She would get over it. Perhaps even learn to be happy for me. When I was over his place last night I noticed a bonnet. It was not mine and I don't wear bonnets usually. That raised my suspicion. I didn't say anything and waited for him to fall asleep. I used the Face ID to unlock it when he was sleeping. I went through his phone and it was bad. I woke him up and told him he's a disgusting person. I've never felt so alone. I haven't even told my sister yet, but I want her to know that I fell for his lies and that I'm sorry. Story 2. Okay, so I, F24, was on the phone with my sister, 27, and we were talking about our Christmas gathering last year. My sister married her husband, 29, Scott, about 5 years ago, and when she introduced him to us he was very charming. We all liked him. 2 years into the marriage he cheated on her and they have 2 kids. She went through his phone and called me and then my mom, crying. Of course we comforted her and said we would help her if she was ready to divorce. She said yes and that she'd pack some stuff and come stay at my mom's while she figures everything out. My mom said to let her know when she was ready and she'd pick her up that day. Mom lives about 40 minutes away. My sis said okay. Mom picked her up and she proceeded to cry on the couch for 9 hours. We told her, I wasn't there, I was on speakerphone, he was trash and that he really fumbled her. She was ignoring his calls while in my mom's presence, but she answered as soon as she saw a moment because she ended up going back home with him later that day. She texted my mom she was going to talk it out. Long story short, she said she forgave him and they stayed together. Well, ever since that day, every year when we meet up for our annual Christmas Eve dinner and really any close gathering, my sister will casually drop the bomb that he cheated on her. We initially didn't want him to come to any gatherings after that, but she vouched for him. We'll be having a super fun conversation and she'll be like, I can't have any hobbies. Scott might wander into someone else's bed if I don't pay attention. The whole room just gets really quiet and she plays it off like a joke. She told everyone he cheated already and she was a huge mess to boot. The first time this happened we didn't want him there anyway, so we laughed. Next year came around and she came with him again. I'm thinking that they've made their peace with each other and it's pointless to still be mean to Scott when she's not, so I ended up casually asking if he cancelled his Planet Fitness membership yet, and she cut in to say, Scott only goes out of his way to cheat. He looked embarrassed but just awkwardly laughed. I showed a less impressed expression and just went away. She does this every year. If we rag on him she'll defend him, and if we talk to him she'll bring it up again. I never said anything, I chose to stay out of their relationship. Scott is pretty funny as a person. Before this happened we loved having him over at the gatherings. Now to my knowledge he had 2 one-night stands with a coworker at a job he no longer works at. He's apologized to her and she forgave him for it. Well, we were on the phone and she was mad because my mom asked her not to come for 4th of July if she was bringing him. She was pissed, saying it's her choice to be with him, and if she's okay with him why does our mom need to ask this? Mom was always fine with it before. I told her it's probably because she keeps telling people he cheated on her. Every time she does this she ruins the vibe of the function. We all find it increasingly annoying that she brings him and wants us to be mean to him even though she forgave him. If we are nice to Scott she will bring it up. If we're mean she'll run to defend him. Last year she did this all night. I told her this. He always just stands there quietly and awkwardly like the rest of us while she laughs the silence away. I asked her what kind of reaction does she want because it seems like she's still mad at him. She doesn't want him to talk to anyone yet she keeps bringing him. She told me it's her right to say if he cheated on her and our mom is taking his side by asking her to stop. I told her she's being ridiculous and she shouldn't be surprised if she's uninvited if she has to do that every time. She hung up and it's been 3 days since we spoke. I think I may be the asshole because he did cheat on her and I'm sure there's a lot ick. I've been thinking I should try talking to her again because she may feel isolated. Story 3. I'm using a throwaway for this. I found the phone 3 months ago. The way I found out he was cheating was by accident. I had recently gotten a new phone because I dropped my old phone and the screen cracked so badly that I couldn't even use it at all. It was hard to get all my contacts, so I decided to go on our phone account and just get the contacts from there. My husband is the one who is in charge for paying for the phones, so I never look at the account. I went on his computer and he had the password and login automatically saved, so it was easy. I got all my numbers, but then I noticed that instead of just 2 lines on the account, there were 3 and another phone was listed that neither of us had. Honestly, at the time, I thought nothing of it and thought maybe it was a line for his grandmother because she only has a landline and she had mentioned a couple of times wanting to get a phone and he just forgot to mention it. Cheating never even crossed my mind. I didn't even ask him about it and went on with my day. A few days later, I was hanging out with my best friend and she asked if I was able to get all my information back and I said yeah, and just mentioned that I even found out his grandmother had a phone and he didn't tell me, but it wasn't a big deal. I don't know what made her ask, but she said, "Are you sure it's his grandmother's phone?" and I said, "Pretty sure." She asked me to double check and I wasn't going to do it, but I was curious. I called his mom first to say hi and asked her about his grandmother and if she had found a phone yet, and his mom said no, that she decided she didn't really need it. I waited for him to go to work the next day and I looked at the account again. I went to the phone, clicked view usage history and saw that the phone had only texted and called one number hundreds of times, with a history going back 5 months. I also noticed that the times of the calls and texts were only the times when he was at work, never at home. When I saw that, I honestly tried to rationalize it because there is no way he would cheat on me. So I called my friend and told her what I saw and she basically told me I needed to find the phone to confirm cheating first. I looked for it all over the house for days and couldn't find it, so I knew he must have it on him. I waited for him to go to sleep and searched his car and I found the phone. His passcode was the same passcode on his regular phone and I found everything: text messages, pictures of her, pictures of them together, them saying "I love you." She sends him a good morning video message every morning and he has kept every one. I was heartbroken and cried the whole night. My friend told me to take the phone, turn all the location trackers off, and then turn it off. The morning he left, he was 30 minutes late to work because he was looking for it, but he couldn't ask me because he would have to reveal he had another phone. I kept asking him what he was looking for and he said a file for work. He eventually left. I went to a park with my friend when he left and turned the phone on and put it on airplane mode and proceeded to go through everything. Our whole marriage is a lie. He has pretended that he cares about me, that he loves me, while building a relationship with this other woman who knows he is married. I can't even describe how I felt when I found everything out. I still haven't confronted him about it, and that's because I'm planning to leave in a few months. There is a benefit to being married to him that I would lose if I filed for divorce now, but I won't need that benefit anymore in a couple of months. He knows something is up because I put the phone back 4 days later underneath his car seat, the same seat he checked more than a few times when he was looking for it. I even charged the phone back to the same percentage that I found it at. I got that idea from my friend. The day he found the phone, he came into the house and hovered over me the whole night, and he was just really quiet. He hasn't asked me about it, and I think he knows I know, but asking would lead to more questions. These past 3 months, my behavior has changed and we haven't been intimate since I found out. I have rejected every advance, and he is panicking to the point that when I checked the account in the first month, the third phone line had been removed. He also changed the password a few days later. He keeps asking me what's wrong and I say nothing. He never goes anywhere now, and if he isn't at work, he is at home trying to spend time with me. He has recommended couples therapy because, in his words, something has changed, and I said we don't need it. To be honest, I am finding a weird joy in seeing him panic because he ended our marriage, and I think he should suffer through worrying until I leave him. Edit, I have everything. My friend was able to show me how to get all the texts, video messages, pictures of them together. I only took the ones where they were not nude because my friend said that taking nude pics of a person who hadn't given them to you could be an issue later on. I also got the phone account usage before he locked me out of the account. She is keeping everything for me. In fact, it was her idea to let him panic. I also already had an STD test. I'm on his insurance, so I paid for it out of pocket and am fine. Edit 2. So I spontaneously decided to make this post earlier because I was home and thinking and going over what I have planned and my impending divorce. I ended up on the divorce subreddit and then found the cake eaters subreddit, which was not a good choice because it made me so angry. Him cheating on me was, I can't even find the words to describe how painful it is. In a way, me doing this to him is petty, but when I started this, it was the only way to make him hurt like how he has hurt me. He absolutely destroyed me with this, and I have been with help from my friend trying to heal slowly. I don't know if I ever will. I don't care if he finds this post on here or other social media. He knows I know he cheated, or he wouldn't be trying to prove to me he is where he says he is all the time. I'm done, and thankfully, I have a friend who is helping me through this, including looking for lawyers. He can be with whoever he wants. I don't care. The hurt is too much for me to ever care about him again, to love him again. I'm only staying because I need something. I have a few more months left to go. I don't know if I will update because I have a long road ahead of me, but thanks for the comments. Story 4. So I, 24F, have been with my 25M boyfriend for 6 years. 6 years we have built a life together, grown together, done everything together. He recently had to move away for a job, and I have felt uneasy about the move. He also happened to make friends with a girl, 20SF. I guess you can see where this is going. I have felt uncomfortable with their friendship from the start. We have argued about her, I have made him unfollow her, I have gone through their messages, and the whole time he has gaslit me, called me controlling, painted me as insane and insecure to both our families. It has caused great emotional distress to me, and strained my relationship with his mother, which used to be great. Through all his gaslighting, I even went to therapy to understand why I felt so awful about him being friends with this girl. Whether it was unresolved issues around the move, the physical distance between us, the fact that she sort of looks like another girl who had caused problems for us, etc. My boyfriend is also very good looking, and very much into training, has a very chiseled body, gets a lot of attention, etc. I also get a lot of attention, but I am a more private person and go out less, so get it nowhere near as much as him despite us being comparatively equal looks-wise. So after about 2 months of therapy, I get a DM on Instagram. It's a throwaway alt account. No followers. And it's a screen recording of this girl's OnlyFans. Didn't even know she had an account. It's not under her real name or attached to any of her socials, but I can see her face and know it's her. And she's doing content with my boyfriend. His face isn't in it, but I know his body, I know what he looks like, the noises he makes, the way he does stuff. I've been with him for 6 years. There's a video of her giving him head, a video of her taking back shots, a bunch of lewd nudes of both of them, a bunch of graphic pictures of facials. Just so much stuff. All in all, it's like a 7-minute long screen recording. No message was sent with it. Just the recording. I have no idea who it was, or why they sent it. The account is only a month old. He moved away the start of January. I don't know how long they've been having sex for, or how the fuck they progressed to doing OnlyFans together. But it's insane. 6 years thrown away for a girl he's known for a few months. And to do it in such an egregious way, to be blatant enough to film himself and put it on the fucking internet. It's disgusting. Painting me out to be insane, making me go to therapy, ruining my reputation within both our families, the whole time he's been lying, and filming himself cheating on me. He has been spending more money than usual. Going away, traveling, partying, going to restaurants with his new friends, buying designer clothes etc. I was under the impression he was working a lot, but nope. Probably just got some extra cash doing porn with some tramp. I hate him so much. He's a piece of shit. I hate what he did to me and us. I want to just post the screen recording in our joint family group chat. Let them all know I'm not crazy, he's just a piece of shit. If this is revenge porn. I mean, it's already on the internet, posted willingly. I don't even know if I care. I want him to suffer, I want him to hurt, to feel humiliated. I hate him. ETA, I'm going to bed. And as it's been said 1000x, I'm just going to let you all know. I googled it, and under law where I live, it isn't under the umbrella of revenge porn, as it was willingly posted to the internet by him himself. It is considered copyright infringement at worst, but is a civil matter, not criminal. And even then, I didn't actually leak the content, whoever sent it to me did. He might be able to get me on copyright laws, but like I said, that would be a civil matter. The worst I'd get is a fine, if even that. Still, I'll see how I feel in the morning. Update some relevant info. 1. Did you ever have any idea he had cheated? I had no idea he cheated, ever. I had one girl he used to work with at his last job, the one who looks like she could be a twin of this current girl, message me and claim she was FNG him. But she had literally no proof. Not a single text, not a photo, not a screenshot, not a phone call record, nor a single person willing to corroborate what she said. He had a plethora of work colleagues tell me the girl was obsessed with him and a little crazy and most likely lying. I chose to believe my boyfriend of, at the time, 5 years. She ended up quitting work and moving 80+ miles away with her reputation in ruins, and everyone at their job treating her like she had the plague. That poor woman was probably looking out for me, and I was so horrible to her. 2. This all happened very quickly. How did you get a therapist so soon? I had already had a therapist, who I had been with for 3 years. I felt like I was in a good place mentally to say goodbye to her in December. I got back in touch mid-January when I felt my mental health deteriorating again. I honestly have no idea if I am actually severely mentally ill, or if I have just been psychologically tortured by this piece of human shit. 3. You seem a little unhinged, you sure you're not crazy? I have always had some mild OCD, as well as fairly bad anxiety, hence me going out much less than him. That is what he used to paint me as insane. When I say he gaslit me, I mean it in the purest definition of the word. He literally used my history of mental suffering to paint me as literally insane. Oh, it's your OCD, you're ruminating about this girl, your anxiety is getting really bad, it's just because I'm not around, stuff like that. 4. Why would you want to subject his family to that? I don't. I wasn't thinking clearly. I was in pain, I have never felt rage like that. It would have been wrong. Even if he deserved it, which he absolutely did, fuck him, they did not. 5. How can you be certain she knows about you? She could also be a victim. LOL. LMAO even. No. She's a FNG piece of shit home-wrecking whore who deserves the worst. I am listed as in a relationship with him on his social media, which she follows. She purposefully did not accept my own follow requests, probably because she has been posting him there too. Oh, and I also found her Twitter, which isn't private, and she has been liking tweets about sneaky links and that sort of stuff for around a month now, which was fueling my instincts. 3 days ago she liked a tweet saying, "Why is sex so much better when it's with someone it's not supposed to be with?" She is a literal FNG tramp. And proud of it. Update: so, I slept on it, woke up about 2 hours ago to him posting holiday pictures in the family GC right now. I had my suspicions, but I got my cousin to follow the girl on IG, she is private, and she just so happens to be in the same country he is right now. LMFAO. What a coincidence. Yep. They're both in Paris as we speak. How romantic. I did what many Redditors suggested. I used a text template made by one of you, thank you so much, because if I had tried to send that text, I'd have come across as unhinged. I said, "Hello guys, I've recently had a video leaked to me that shows X having sex and performing various other intimate acts with another woman. I didn't think it would be appropriate to share such a video here, but I will provide it as asked." This woman, specifically, is the one I had been concerned about for a while, and we was actually all led to think I was crazy for suspecting that something more was going on between them. It's distressing to find out that I was right. I'm sad that X could do something so disgusting, and I'm sad that I didn't trust my gut. Despite us being together 6 years, this man has shown himself to be an utterly vile human being who has betrayed my trust and hurt me deeply. I was committed to him whilst he was sneaking around behind my back and calling me insecure for my gut instincts. He twisted the knife again and again and tried to ruin my reputation with you all, whilst knowing he wasn't telling the truth the entire time. This is the end, and I want you all to know why in case he decides to lie again. Also, he is most likely with her in Paris as we speak, has followed the girl, and they just so happen to be in the same country right now. Here is all the proof. I love you all, and I think what hurts the most, more than this, more than the money wasted on therapy, more than the cheating, is that not a single one of you had my back. Here is the attached evidence. Don't worry, nothing graphic. But I have plenty of truly horrible videos and pictures if any of you still don't trust that I'm not insane. Please just give me some space, and do not reach out for now. I then attached the screenshots of her Instagram story, which show them in the same club in Paris at the same time, a screenshot of the video which takes place in his room, with me scribbling out the explicit stuff on my iPhone editor thing, along with a side-by-side comparison of a picture I took after I had finished decorating his room with him, and a lewd picture of him topless which I think best proves it's him his body. I then left the group chat. Within 10 minutes he started calling, so I blocked him everywhere. His mom texts me saying, "I'm so sorry. I love you so much, and always will. Call if you need anything. I'll give you your space, sweetheart, but please do not hesitate to call me anytime. I love you like my own, please know that," which honestly turned me into a fucking wreck. His little sister, who is 20 and who is amazing, turned up and just hugged me. She didn't even say anything, we just both sat here cried. She said, "I hope I don't lose you," when she left and hugged me again. I told her she never would. Honestly, I'm a mess right now. My parents are at work and unlikely to see the mess until at least lunchtime, if then. That's basically it. Thank you for everyone who took the time out of your day to message me and comfort me. Thank you for talking me out of doing something truly disgusting to the people who I do still love. They would not have deserved to see what I had to see. I'm going to go cry myself to sleep, I think. I only slept like 3 hours last night. Update 2, holy fuck. So I've just been informed, by his sister, he has blocked his mom and sister, after they both chastised him in the GC, and has now proudly displayed the link to the of in his Instagram bio. Glad I helped him to be his unapologetic self. Hope his new career choice goes well. Fucking loser. I still haven't heard from my parents yet. They get out of work around 5 to 6, but his mom has said I'm welcome to go and hang out with her as she doesn't want me to be alone. I'm going to get ready now and just go watch some Maths AUS, maybe have a cheeky glass of wine. That was our little thing. Just because he's choosing to throw away this amazing group of people, our parents, and our sisters, doesn't mean I have to do the same. Family is who is there for you in your time of need, and they are the family I choose. He can choose his of whore if he wants. Good riddance. At least I won't have to see him when I hang out with his mum, sis. Update 3. So I went to his mum's place and sat there with her and his sister watching MAFS. We didn't really talk about anything, just had a glass of wine and watched TV. Eventually I said I wanted to go to the toilet and I decided to go into his old room and everything just got too much. So many memories, so many moments that I had cherished so much, so long spent laying there just hanging out and stuff. I had a really bad panic attack and ended up just breaking down and I felt like I was going to faint. They came up and checked on me and we all just sat in his room crying. This may sound pathetic, and I'd love to pretend I'm some boss babe, but honestly I don't think I've ever felt so lost and broken in my life. I loved that man. Like I really loved him with my whole heart. I had since the day I met him. I can't believe it's over. It doesn't even feel like a breakup, it feels like the love of my life has just died. Like it feels like a death. I feel numb. It got too much and his mum drove me home once my parents had finished work. Our sisters went and picked up my car while his mum spoke to my parents. I think I was in a state of shock, I couldn't speak, everything just sounded muffled like I was underwater. I fell asleep, and only just woke up now. It's 11:39, everyone is in bed, and I'm wide awake. I truly feel lost. Part of me wants to call him, to cry, to beg him to find a way to make everything okay, to tell me it isn't true, to turn back time. I know that's stupid, I know I deserve better, but I have spent every week of my life with him since the day we met. I don't know how to exist without him. I feel like I can't breathe. I just want this all to be a bad dream. And that is the end of the story. That's it guys, this is where I will leave you. I hope you enjoyed the stories I had for you. I certainly enjoyed them. Please be sure to drop a like or a comment and it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe to the channel. Until next time, be kind, be curious, and I will see you. Corner Stories signing off.